Greetings, everyone, and welcome to an all-you-can-geek movie cast. I'm getting ahead of myself here. We all have Jim today, so I'm hosting Corey Feinsod here with Mike Sinity
What's up?
and Tony Korkanakis.
Yo,
Yeah, Jim's dealing with some health stuff, but he's doing well, and he really wanted to be on this week because he was playing stuff, and so I had the game cast on my mind.
yeah,
But we're in the movie cast, guys, and there's some pretty crazy news that we saw today, or well, with certain big big companies and stuff. We'll get to, but did you guys catch the box office at all? Did you see what came
no,
out?
I don't.
Don't care.
Who cares about the box office right now? Honestly.
It's just pretty dead. So just yep, we'll leave it at that. So let's get into what we've been up to because I'm curious, Mike. Have you watched anything? Have you checked anything
Only
out this week?
only like 5 minutes in the background of Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends that my son, who's four,
Ah,
is
is
watching.
that the That's the animated one?
The
Yeah,
old
that's
That's
the one where they're
yes.
all little kids for some reason.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, like the chibi 3D.
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay. Gotcha,
Although
gotcha.
I did find out that when Tony Stark guest stars on it, it's John Stamos doing the voice, which was interesting.
Oh,
hmm. I can see
And
it.
it's Fallout Boy
yeah.
doing the theme.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool. I like Fallout Boy.
interesting. Yep.
All right. What about you, Tony?
Let's see. So a couple things. I finished Wonder Man, which
Okay.
that was fantastic. I really gotta say
Oh.
that was a really good show, regardless if it was an MCU thing at all. Which even then, like,
Hmm.
there's one character obviously
It's
that ties.
girded on the line there. Yeah.
Yeah, but even without that, I would really like the show. Um, it's not really dependent on that, other than the
Yeah.
context of Kingsley's character, obviously. And that guy, yeah, he's a really great actor.
Ben Kingsley.
Yeah, just throughout
Or
the show. I
no.
mean, not to
Yeah.
say the other the main character wasn't great himself, but just anytime Kingsley was talking, it's like, damn, okay, you know your acting chops, obviously. So
Yeah.
that was really good.
There's like
Hoping
some heart there too. Like I
there
felt
is.
it's like because it's funny to see Kingsley's character, specifically the
The
Mandarin or
Mandarin,
whatever,
yeah.
and like Trevor, just to see where he started from, and then that becoming a joke because people hated it so
So
much,
much, yeah.
and they're like, "What is it?" And then they use that, and
They d-
they turned into a meta thing,
yeah,
which
they
is
did. So
hilarious.
it's like, yo, this is the Mandarin's here. It's like, what? Like, yeah, okay,
A
it's like,
whitewashed Mandarin. What
yeah,
is this?
yeah. They definitely poked fun at it. So that was a great
Yeah.
show. Hopefully, we get to see more of it at some point in some
Mhm.
capacity. Maybe not another show, but either way, that's really cool. Another thing I watched was on Netflix called Trap House with
Mm.
Dave Batista.
Oh, okay.
It was this really weird, like, uh, drug anti-drug like police force, on the border or near the border, um, and like Dave Bautista's son and his son's friends who are all friends or kids of the other members of that squad, the drug squad, DEA. And something happens, and the teenage kids are like, "We got all this info, we got all this training, we have access to all this equipment. Why don't we rob the cartels and stuff?" And it's like, yeah, man, sure, that sounds like a good plan, right? And obviously, it doesn't go that way, but it was serviceable. Like, it was fine for the hour and a half or whatever it was. Nothing great, not too terrible. Anything that was terrible was kind of like cheesy. Like, oh man, I can't believe they did that. Like, there's a point where Di Batista references like TikTok, cool, whatever that is. And it's like,
Mm.
yep, this gotta throw that plug in for the boomers.
Yeah. I was gonna say like Dave Bautista's kind of turned into like the Adam Sandler of action movies.
Mm-hmm.
Very mediocre, borderline bad, like
Yeah,
but just popping up in these movies everywhere. So
yeah, I feel bad for him because when ironically, because we were talking about the past couple weeks in the Knives Out movie, I think he did pretty good.
mhm.
So it's not like he can't act. It's just I don't know if it's the script or the direction, but this one
Well,
was
like
just nothing.
Drax, right? People loved him as
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Drax, and
exactly.
like that was great character for him. Uh, but yeah, I don't know. He just seems to find himself in these like run of the mill, not much going on action films or thriller films. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
doesn't really stand out.
everybody's got to get their bag. Otherwise, he'd be selling like his own brand of tequila, like another former wrestler turned actor.
Or some alcohol,
Yeah.
gin or something.
Well, yeah,
Or
they're all
yeah,
into it. It's crazy now.
yeah.
I was
Gotta laundry that money somewhere.
Yeah, I randomly watched some wrestle event on Saturday while I was hanging with some friends. They were watching that.
Elimination Chamber.
Sure, yeah, you could say anything. I'd be like, yeah, man, whatever. And there were like definitely a couple commercials for alcohol products. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. But yeah,
It's
and then
so weird. That reminds my relationship to professional wrestling right now is so funny because I don't follow it. I used to when I was like a kid, but I follow a lot of the like ancillary coverage of it now.
mhm.
Like I follow like YouTubers who like
Are really into it.
yeah, well, the typically ones who were wrestlers when I was watching when I was younger, like your Maven, like Maven or Stevie Richards, if you know those names, they have big
Mm.
YouTube channels. So I'll watch some of that, but I won't actually watch wrestling ever. I'll see like highlights or summations or people complaining about stuff, but I don't really watch. I don't know why. It's a weird sort of space I'm in with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then lastly, I picked up and watched only the first episode of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which is the
Oh,
animated
okay.
cartoon that came out last year. And yeah, seems
Yeah.
pretty decent so
It's
far.
fine.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine. Like there's just one episode, and of course it's like quasi semi origin slash backstory because it is a different,
Hmm.
it's like a modern retelling of Spider-Man because
Right.
everybody's got phones and
But he's got
social.
that classic Peter Parker look.
Yeah. I do like the animation style. Like it's nostalgic, right? We talk about that,
Hmm.
but in a kind of clean, standard modern way. So I'll probably watch the rest of that and see how it goes. But yeah, that's
Okay.
it for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I just watched a bunch of anime stuff. Been catching up on some of the ones I let. I was trying to let some of them go for a while, like Hell's Paradise. I was letting that go for a little bit, and then I just
I'm
caught
gonna
up to that.
I'm just gonna wait and binge it.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, why did I do this now? I was like,
Yeah.
I should just wait until it was done. Same with like Jujutsu Kaisen. I was like, I'll just wait till that's gotten a little bit of a buffer, and then I'll watch some.
Mm.
So that's what I've been up to, just kind of catching up on all the anime that I've been kind of just letting sit around and accumulate some episodes. So that is me. Oh, I did watch Predator again. That movie is so good. The
Nice.
Badlands one. It is available on your streaming services, so I recommend checking that out for sure.
Yeah, I saw that
All right.
too. I only had like a half hour for watching dinner and eating dinner and watching them, so I just put the Spider-Man on. But I saw Predators. I was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, gotta watch that. So.
Yep. Definitely. All right. So let's get into some of the news. With some of these new video games that are like the writers are turning to because they run out of ideas. So Tony predicted this way long ago. It's like
Did I?
run out of books to
Oh yeah,
to
yeah, I
start
did.
adapting. We're gonna
Yeah.
start adapting video games, and now here we are. And we got our first image of the God of War series that follows the not Ragnarok, but the new
Norse.
Norse God
Yeah.
of War version with
2018. Yeah.
him and his son, whose name is Atreus or something. Is that right,
Yeah, true.
Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, um,
I don't know, man. I know it's just a still. I know it's just a still, but like
yeah,
that is not a good look at all. I don't think, in my
it
opinion.
is not what I expected either.
What did
I
you
mean, it's
expect?
very costume accurate, but I don't know, Mike. You are the biggest God of War fan here, I would say, since you did play the most of
Well, the
or
modern
both of
ones.
the
Yeah.
newer games. What do you
Mhm.
think of the look here? And is this something that you would be interested in checking out?
Well, I I guess I think don't think it's as bad as everyone else does. It does look a little weird. Honestly, the weirdest thing for me is that the kid's hand looks like he's like an adult. His face looks like he's like 5. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if it's perspective or it's just how that kid is, or I don't know. But um, yeah, it looks like they were going. They probably would have been better served if they went a little further from the design in the game because right
Mm.
now you get the uncanny valley of noticing how they differ from the character model so much because they're like wearing the same clothes and stuff, and it's just and a real person's not going to look like Kratos. He's just not, not unless it's like
I don't know, man. I think I've
professional
seen better
wrestlers. Like,
cosplay of Kratos in the modern era, which I don't want to say because it's one image. I get it, right? It's about how it
Yeah.
looks in motion. But I'm looking at it, and this isn't like a leak, right? It was an official,
yeah,
Yeah. This
thing
is
where I'm
from the
just
God of War
yeah,
Twitter
Twitter account.
account.
Yeah, I'm just looking. I'm like, why would you pick that? Like, I get it's a scene from the intro, or I guess iconic of the theme to the game, right? Kratos teaching Atreus, but I just think for the first shot, you really want to tell like, hey, we're doing a good job with Kratos and Atreus, and I don't think they met the mark there to
Yeah.
have a little bit
It
of fun.
almost it almost looks like AI generated to me.
not
Mm,
everything looks like that to us
It's
because we're
yeah, yeah,
unaware.
that's the problem. It's hard to say
yeah,
nowadays, but like
I'm sure there's stuff happening with the lighting, and they're probably in like the what's it called, the round thing that the Mandalorian popularized, where they just do the lighting for with a like 3D image. I forgot. There's a name
yeah,
for it.
yeah.
I
I
don't
know what you're
remember.
talking about, and
But they're probably in that,
yeah,
so that's probably part of why they look weird or something similar.
mm,
yeah, exactly. And
Um,
Charles chiming in with the chat saying it's lighting's off, looked like they're green screened in, which goes into your
mhm.
point, Mike. Which again, I don't want to judge it. I'm not going to judge the final product right on it.
yeah.
I'm still interested, but I just think for our first showing, they could have done better, in my opinion.
Yep,
yeah,
no, I don't disagree there. I think that the first impression you give off of something
It's
like
so
this,
important.
you gotta kick it out of the park. But here, again, we've made these assumptions before, where it's like, oh, this looks terrible, it's gonna be bad, but you can't
And
because
that's
you never know. Like it's the Quicksilver
and
thing
that
of
and that
X
stance
Men.
though, that stance, like what does he do? Like look, it's like he's like lean squatting, and I saw
The stance is bad.
yeah, I'm just like, what is he doing? Like it's not
I feel like
portraying
he
good.
should be like pointing if he's in that position or something.
Right.
Like or like putting his hand here. Like, what are we looking at, kid? Like,
Yeah.
doing something other than just
Just
yeah, half squat thing.
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that. He's bending over to talk to the
Yeah,
kid. I don't really care that much about that, but
yeah.
it,
Well, I mean, we'll see. I guess the story was interesting, so I'm hoping that the show can be just as interesting
mm.
for this.
I
But
guess
yeah,
I
let's keep moving it on
yeah.
Lots
with
of
some
God of War
more.
this week. There's other stuff we'll talk about in the game cast.
Yeah, and well, there's more game to
To movie.
movie slash shows. Like Prime is not done with video games. They
No.
they are moving right into Life is Strange, and they've got their two leads, Maisie Stella and Tatum Grace Hopkins, have been cast as Chloe and Max in the Life is Strange series. I don't know these people. Unfortunately, I can't speak to them and their acting chops slash fandom, but they look the parts. So more video game to TV slash movies.
Yeah, and I forget
Yeah.
if it's on the news, but Sonic 4 was, I guess, confirmed with a teaser shot and the full
Yeah,
assembly.
yeah, and that was another one. Was we got a shot like a silhouette with the big Sonic 4 font in like a neon pinkish,
Mhm.
Is
and
that is that Cyclops supposed to be? I mean, James,
that's what I was
whatever.
wondering.
Is that in
Is
there?
it James Marsden or is it just
And Amy's
the
You would
the
confirmed
think
for
so,
the
right?
series, the movie
yeah?
Yeah,
cast.
But it is Amy's hammer, right? That's
Yeah,
Amy's
yeah.
hammer.
And the
yeah. We know
casting was
we
for Amy was done too. Who was it? It's Kristen Bell, right? I think.
was it.
Is it
I know
Kristen
that she
Bell?
showed up. Did she talk in the teaser at the end? I don't remember.
I don't remember now.
Oh,
We'll have to
spoiler for Sonic 3.
do a fact check at some point. But I mean,
Get
yeah,
better.
they've been killing it with
I
these. They're doing
I
well.
think each movie might have done better than the last financially, so no reason to stop.
Yeah. All right, and then we
Yeah, it's
also
voiced by
have
Kristen Bell. Yeah.
nice,
Cool.
cool. Thank you, Tony. All right, so let's get away from some of the gaming side of things. We are going to go into more Game of Thrones things here, because if you really want to get the story completed, you can't, because all we're doing is going to be getting more side stories and TV shows. And here we have it looks like two different versions of Aegon's conquests are in the works. So the idea is to have a Dune-sized feature film, and it's going to be from the Andor writer Bo Will Willimon. That's at Warner Brothers, and then HBO TV series from the Batman 2 co-writer Madison Tomlin.
The Batman
Isn't
too.
So
that gonna
That's
be
not
the
even
same
out.
thing?
a hypothetical Batman 2
Yeah.
writer is also going to be helping out
Yeah.
here. And so we're getting two things not related to the end of the Song Ice and Fire book series at
Fine.
all.
Fine
This is
with it.
more going into the lore that was kind of touched on in the past. And we're,
I don't
yeah,
give a
just
shit.
moving further away from the end.
I don't give a shit. And the thing is, I read this comment. I forget if it was Reddit or Twitter or forum or whatever, but I read it and it started to make sense to me a little bit. And I don't want to be overly morbid or anything like that. But this whoever posted it, right, man or woman or in between, was like, yeah, I believe that George R. R. Martin, like Words of Winter is done and the last book is done, but they're going to be
Mm.
released humously because he just doesn't want to deal with the fallout. Like he doesn't want to be
Oh,
around
but I
for.
don't know why I laughed at that. That was like that's not necessarily funny, but it
No,
is
no,
funny.
no, right. Like I said, I don't want to
Movie
be morbid,
strategy.
but I heard it and I was like, well, it's not completely impossible, right? Because like if I were in that situation where the fans have just been like foaming, frothing at the mouth, for years and years, like over a decade, yeah, I can see
Yeah,
it.
no,
I
he
can
is
see
the
it.
epitome of like being at the top, everyone loves you, to just becoming the greatest supervillain of all time and just like toying
You,
with everyone's
you,
emotions and still producing Game of Thrones things that are not
you
the
gotta,
things that people are asking for, but there's still people like. And so it's like appeasing enough people
but not,
that he's
yeah,
still making he's
money.
like, "Oh, it's still worth doing this."
It's that's that saying. You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain again.
Yeah. And that's where we're at with him. And yeah, I could see him like, all right, I'm gonna finish these books, let them come out when I don't have to deal with it.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
is an amazing comment because I could definitely see some truth to that.
Right, like
Interesting strategy,
Because
Con.
you cannot
Never how it
live up
works
to what
before.
people want them to be,
yeah,
right?
exactly. Like it's so far beyond like the TV series has ruined the ending and spoiled it or whatever you want to say. It's surpassed, right?
You
So
know,
I can see it, and trying to get two books. I mean, it's been over a decade. It's been over a decade. I mean, I get writer's block and stuff, but come on, it doesn't take that long to write two books.
and he knows the endings. Like
Yeah,
he already
he
like
knew it. Yeah,
this.
he had the
This
outline.
wasn't even supposed to be two books.
Yeah, it
This
was
was
supposed to be
supposed to
one.
be
One.
Yeah, I mean, this was supposed to be done already. And then like the Dance of Dragons, whatever it was called, and the Crows one, that was two books, but that was
Yeah,
supposed to be one. So like
yeah. I,
you're just getting too big. The
I'm not
creep
saying it's
scope.
definitely happened, but I could see him being like, especially to the reaction to the end, like the TV ending. Almost everybody agreed it was terrible and
Yeah, it made
butchering of
no
characters
sense,
and
and
everything.
yeah,
And I bet you he was probably like, people didn't like that. No, like they thought it was bad, and like now he's just like, oh fuck. Like what are you gonna do? You gotta rewrite the ending? Like
yeah.
maybe.
Well, he's had plenty of time to think about it. That's for sure. But I mean, it's just I would be curious to revisit this era of dragons and conquest, but give us the ending first, and then let's go back.
Yeah, I
That's all I'm
refuse to
saying.
engage in anything Game of Thrones until the
Yeah.
series is done.
And Mike, you've not read or watched the
I'm
shows
Mike doesn't read.
pretty happy with my.
to be
Yeah,
on
I
the
went through a
outskirts
few
of this.
ages, so I don't read anymore as an adult.
Yeah, that's fair. No, I mean, you're in a good spot
No,
because you don't have to worry
no,
about it.
yeah, no, I was pretty happy to never get into this because it sounds like torture. Really, the real reason why I didn't is because after like The Walking Dead and being burned out with that type of bleak, everyone dies sort of premiere television bullshit, I'm like, I don't want to do that again. I don't need that.
Yeah. And I'm
So
curious,
never got into it.
like, did he come out with this? And obviously, he's not the one that's trying to make it. I'm sure HBO and Warner Brothers want to make more Game of Thrones things, but Was he like, oh shoot, we're gonna announce another thing? People can be so mad, or is he just like, oh yeah, let's just
He
keep
doesn't
going?
care. He doesn't care, man.
Yeah.
He gets to rub
All right.
elbows with more famous Hollywood actors and whatnot, so whatever.
Mm.
He's happy.
All right, let's get into Netflix, Warner Brothers, and Paramount. We talked about it last week.
We talked about it for
Uh,
the last couple months.
yeah, it's just constantly going on, and we're so like happy air quotes that Netflix won because like of the lesser, we wanted Netflix to get this
Lesser
because
of two evils, yeah.
yeah, we felt like Netflix was going to be able to do some better work here with Warner Brothers and their properties, but Paramount just wouldn't stop. They just kept going and just like kept
Not
putting
just Paramount. Paramount plus the United States,
certain
office.
governmental influences.
Yeah.
Sure.
Is that
Yeah,
what
so they just
Paramount
wouldn't stop.
Plus stands
This
for?
is what I don't understand is like they've already accepted Netflix offer, I thought, right?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
And then they're like, wait, whoa, 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 whoa. These guys are gonna give us they're gonna actually give us even more than what you guys are gonna do.
It's so stupid because like imagine if this is an auction, right? It's like, oh, 1,000. Well, actually, we're gonna let that guy make one more offer on it. It's like, what? No, like that's not how an auction
It's like,
works.
yeah, and Netflix is the winner. It's like, wait, just wait. Let's not let them win yet. Wait, let's just let this guy speak up. But yeah, so Netflix has declined to raise the offer um, that Paramount, that Warner Brothers
They were
essentially
so
has
quick
gotten.
about it too. I really thought they were gonna give it some time. I really did.
Yeah, no, I think they were just
Almost
pissed
immediately.
off too, like
Yeah,
all of us.
for
Like,
sure.
what is going on? They're like, what is going on, Warner Bros? And at this point, do you want to be in business with people like this? And it's like, no,
I
probably
mean,
not.
not only that, but like
Then
one of the CEOs
also,
went to the White House to talk to Trump that day, and
mm,
we don't know what happened in that meeting, but I'm pretty sure it was basically if you don't decline this, we're gonna make it hard for you. Like
Oh,
X Y
jeez.
like
So here's the Netflix statement. They
yeah, go
came
ahead.
out like immediately
Immediately,
after.
yeah,
So
almost immediately.
Netflix Inc. today announced that it has declined to raise its offer for Warner Brothers. Netflix had earlier received notice from Warner Brothers Discovery, which is the WBD, that its board of directors has determined Paramount Skydance's latest proposal constitutes a superior proposal under the terms of the WBD's existing merger agreement with Netflix. Netflix issued the following statement in response from co-CEO Ted Sarandos and Greg Peters. The transaction we negotiated would have created shareholder value with clear path to regulatory approval. However, we've always been disciplined, and at this price required to match Paramount Skydance's latest offer, the deal is no longer financially attractive. So we are declining to match Paramount Skydance's bid. Let's see. Like, Warner Brothers is a world-class organization. We want to thank David Sazloff, yeah, right, Gunnar, a bunch of these people's names. Who cares who they are? And the board for running a fair and rigorous process. We believe we would have been strong stewards of Warner Brothers' iconic brands, and that our deal would have strengthened the entertainment industry and preserved and created more production jobs in the U.S. But this transaction was always a nice to have at the right price, not a must have at any price. Netflix's business is healthy, strong, and growing organically, powered by our slate and best in class streaming service. This year, we'll invest approximately $20 billion in quality films and series, and we'll expand our entertaining offering. Consistent with our capital allocation policy, we'll also resume our share repurchase program. We will continue to do what we've done for more than 20 years as a public company, delight our members, and profitability grow. Or I'm sorry, I butchered the word. Grow our business and drive long-term shareholder value. So they're
Yeah,
basically just saying, "Screw you guys. We're doing great. You go have your fun over there."
well,
yeah.
I think one of the big things is I think Paramount's paying the like breaking contract penalty as well.
Oh yeah, they had to pay Netflix like 4 billion, I think, or 2.8 or
Yeah, so Netflix
something.
is just getting free money out
Yeah,
of this, and
Yep.
um,
I,
you know,
I joked in the Discord, but I honestly believe Netflix, in addition to the whole potential political interference, probably looked at the number like and they were like, look, there is no way because we will talk about this in a moment. There's no way that this merger is going to be fiscally viable in a couple of years. right? And every company that's ever tried to absorb or join with Warner Brothers has met a terrible fate. So they're like, let's just take the money now, right? The free money, the free billions of dollars, wait it out, and we'll buy whatever we want in the hack sale in a couple of years. Or what I'm predicting is in the next year to 2 years, Warner Brothers is getting gutted. Like, so bad.
yeah.
Like, we're talking absolutely gutted. I feel bad for anybody in any of the WB Games studios at all. We'll talk about that in the Gamecast. But they're just going to be completely gutted because there's no way to make the numbers work. Again, it was like around what, $80 billion, right? The acquisition.
Well, it's gonna put them in like $80 billion worth of debt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So you're already starting off in debt, $80 billion in debt, right? And what, you're supposed to churn out content and just make like more money by losing money?
That's what like pisses me off so much is like how these huge companies continue to operate when they are billions. I mean, we're not talking about millions of dollars here. We're talking about billions, tens of billions, close to $100 billion worth of money they do not have. Like,
and that's the thing.
What is
that's the thing
going
is
on
because
here?
Warner Brothers didn't have their own capital to spend, they had to go to these external sources, which includes political relatives in a foreign foreign country and their investors to pony up a lot of this money and be like, yeah, well, hey, we'll join forces with WB. Like, throw a couple, $50 billion their way to let this happen. It's like, what? That should not be allowed. I don't know how this is legal. Like,
Yeah.
I don't. That's just insane to me.
Yeah, let's talk about some of these details,
Yeah,
right? Paramount has revealed some more of the details of the merger. So HBO Max and Paramount Plus will be combined into one service. I guess that makes sense. 15 films per studio with 45-day theatrical windows for each film. So you're talking 30 films a year between the two of them.
Yeah.
With a month and a half worth of screen time in theaters. That's very unlikely.
Very.
The merged company will have approximately, which we said, $79 billion dollars, $79 billion in debt, $6 billion in cost cutting, including consolidating on tech infrastructure, real estate, corporate overheads, and more. So they're talking about at least $6 billion of cost cutting is happening once this merger is going on. People losing their jobs, which was the opposite of what Netflix was going to do. No plans to sell off, spin off any of their cable assets. Flexibility to put sports like UFC on cable networks. We'll continue to license movies and TV shows to other studios and platforms. AI will be a tool for artists, but never a replacement for storytellers.
Sure, man. Sure, that's the important.
That's what happens when you cut $6 billion worth of
people.
People. Yep. So, with this merger, like you said, Tony, I do totally agree. We're gonna see these two companies essentially be cut in half as far as staffing goes because you don't need duplicate positions. Yeah. And as far as films per year, there's no way each studio is gonna be putting out 15 films a year and getting them to stay in the theater for 6 weeks. There's no way, in my opinion, that's happening.
30 movies. That's more than 2 a month. More than 2 a month average out. Like, what are we talking about?
And they're overlapping with each other.
They're going to be competing with, like, what are we talking about?
Mm-hmm. No, right. And it's not. They're not saying like movies on streaming services. They're talking about theatrical releases. Yeah. So highly unlikely this is happening. We will most likely see a studio or a company here that'll start selling off their IPs and just trying to get more money like wherever they can. And we saw that before, so.
Yeah, and I mean Netflix is probably, the other thing. So two parts. The co-CEO said, "Oh, I mean, we took a look at their books. We looked at the numbers, right? And it's like we don't see how it's possible for them to maintain this with the merger between them. And even if it happens, like fine, we'll just buy their content because they have to sell it to us, right? They have to make money because their platforms, even combined, is not really the best." So, good luck. Good luck.
Right,
We'll
and
see what
Warner
happens.
Brothers is up for sale for a reason. It's not like they're doing so great, and you're just gonna infuse a whole bunch of more money and products
Right.
and IPs to and make things better. These are two companies that are failing.
Right. Like it'd be one thing if like just to point it out, right? It's like Disney, Amazon, probably Warner Brothers a big gap between second and third place, right? And then Paramount, way down, way down. How is the way down like absolute loser of this bunch allowed to buy number three, right? That'd be like Ubisoft bought Microsoft. Like it just doesn't happen. Like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make
Yeah,
sense.
and this is how are they going to make money off of this? It's just like it almost feels like we can't let Netflix win, so we're just gonna do whatever it takes to buy this other company just so that Netflix can't have it. But we don't know what we're gonna do after that. Like we'll probably
They don't
just
have a
fall
plan. I
apart
guarantee
after.
you they
But
don't have a plan. They don't have a plan.
yeah, it doesn't seem like it. Like so, Mike, as a DC fan, and you're looking forward to the DC stuff, how do you feel about this? Because
I mean, personally, I feel the same as I used to because I'd have no faith in anything going forward ever with DC, and I think this is another. This is going to be another big, disruption in any plans they've had, and I don't expect anything to be followed through with again. So here we are again,
do you
another
think
thing.
we get anything on time with this now? Like, or there's gonna be like a bunch of stuff that's just gonna get like lost in the shuffle here?
I haven't gotten anything on time anyway. But
I mean, this
no,
is
I
gonna
think
this is
stuff.
affecting more than movies though. It's everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll definitely talk about it more in other
no,
capacities
I
here.
think everything that is has been planned is now up in the air. And anywhere, anything that we heard about,
Hmm.
leadership that we have, anything that you know, I don't really see most of it happening. Honestly, I think we're gonna get things canceled, rearranged. We're gonna get something probably forced, and yeah, it's not looking good. And I don't, I just don't think things will go on as planned before.
Yeah. No, and the biggest like fuck you guys is we don't care is that all these executives are going to get millions and millions of dollars for this and all the hardworking people that are trying to make these companies work are going to be left off and forgotten about.
Yeah.
That's
The
probably what's
the
going to
only
happen.
the only plus I could think of is if everything does get licensed and like outsiders become like the true like you know owners, but not really of these IPs because I just don't think
Nobody's yeah.
it's happening in there.
Nobody's gonna do that though. Like just like I mean, even before like they had to sell the Batman Cape Crusader series to Amazon, right? They didn't have
Yeah.
faith in it to launch on their own service. Like yeah, we'll sell it to Amazon instead, and that was before this. So and nobody's like again we've already seen with Warner Brothers games they wanted people to like pseudo like own a part of the IP, but you still had to pay extra on top of it for video games. It's like why would you do that? Like why would you do that at all? And that's exactly why and I've said that before. Why we saw them go directly from Mortal Kombat was 11 to Mortal Kombat 1 again because there's no injustice because they knew I'm pretty sure Zaslav would tell them like we're trying to sell some company, we're trying to sell parts of it, and you can't be working on a AAA DC game because we might not have the rights to it anymore. So don't do that.
Yeah, you're going to spend all these time and money and years into a game that we probably can't release. So here's Mortal Kombat 1. All right, well, on that note, guys, that's going to do it
Ending
for
on a
our
downer.
movie
Yep.
cast. I
People got what
mean,
they voted for. So
like, yeah, it's like fuck around and find out.
fuck
Here we
around and
are.
find out.
So with that, guys, don't forget we are live every Tuesday, 8 o'clock ish, with a movie cast, and we do a game cast where we focus on video games and talk about stuff in the gaming world. We will be doing that tonight as well in the future here. So stick around for that if you're live. If not, catch us up on the YouTubes and on your podcast channels, anywhere you can think of. We're usually there. Give us a like, subscribe, and comment in time. Join us on these shows because we'll definitely read them out. With that, we will see you next time.